Hello and welcome to a reading vlog. It is the 1st of September, which means it is the first day of the Stranger Things readathon, which is occurring all September long. Today I actually didn't have any uni that I had to do. I only have a bit of homework that I have to do later, so I've just been spending it filming a couple of videos that I'm uploading right now. I have to edit one of them today, and yeah, I don't have that much else planned for today. As I said, I have to read a chapter for my class tomorrow, which is online, fortunately, so I don't have to drive 1.5 hours to my university for just 2 hours. So my plan is to finish all of my homework and then finish up editing this video. Then I can begin the readathon properly. I have made a couple of Stranger Things spreads in my bullet journal. I chose to have this month's theme Stranger Things for the readathon. So this is how my title page looks. And then I have this spread for the readathon, so I can keep track of everything there. I'm going to be reading for the Scoops Troop group. I'm just gonna go through the challenges quickly and my TBR. For Dustin, which is read a sci-fi book, I chose An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. And then for Erica is to read a middle grade book, and for that one I chose Gamma Title by Lina Koppelbill. The third challenge is Robin, which is read a book featuring a female relationship, and I'm going to be rereading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is one of my all-time favorite books, so I am excited to be rereading it. The fourth challenge is Steve, which is read a popular book, and I chose The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And then the fifth challenge is USS Butterscotch, which is read a sweet contemporary, and I am going to be reading Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I'm going to be listening to this one on audiobook. This is technically the only audiobook I have on my TBR as of now, so either I'm going to find other books on audiobook. I know that Script has Yes, No, Maybe So, which is going to be my read for Starcourt Mall, which is read a book you bought recently or received. I'm probably gonna finish that one quickly because I have a lot of hours spent driving back and forth between my university and home, and then I think I will go to the bingo board, like the general Stranger Things bingo board, and look for some prompts that I can put in an audiobook that I haven't script. I have left room for me to choose my own TBR for those challenges on the bingo board, just if I'm in the mood to read something specific, because I'm a mood reader. So this is my TBR plus Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and welcome to a chaotic reading vlog. Hello and happy Wednesday. It is currently like 2 p.m. I just finished studying. That is it for my plan today, so now I can finally start reading. I only have to go home to my dad for dinner tonight, but from now and tonight when I have to meet my dad, I will be able to finally start some reading. Or I've been doing reading, but not that kind of reading. Like, look at this. It looks so amazing. I feel like a proper student, but if you like read the context, it's crap. You don't want to have my notes. Anyways, I'm hungry now. I'm very hungry, so I'm gonna go and make some lunch and check in with you when I finally have decided what to read for my first read. I think I'm gonna make some pasta salad or something, so I'm gonna boil some butterfly pastas. And I think I haven't shown them yet on YouTube, but look at these little guys. We have 3 beautiful puppies. This is the mother. This is the aunt. But look at how cute they are. Look at the mom being so attentive. She's such a good mom. So proud of her. I thought it was an unspoken rule by us millennials that you don't actually say LOL. You just use it in text language. Who the fuck says LOL? So I finished my lunch and I read a bit of An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I read the first 2 chapters, which is around just 20 pages, but I have to leave now to visit my dad. Gonna get some dinner eventually. It's a bit early for that. And when I get back home, I will hopefully have more time to probably get into this one. Because honestly, the only thing that has happened yet is that we are introduced to the main character and we have seen the big metal statue sculpture thingy, which I think is the alien concept thing from this book. But yeah, that's the only thing that's happened. They've literally just filmed the video and it hasn't even uploaded yet. It has very dramatic endings of the chapters. Like chapter 2 ended with, "That night was probably the best night's sleep I had until after I died." Way to be dramatic. Also in the beginning, the first chapter starts off with this paragraph and the last sentence in that paragraph is "but simply understanding that I am, or at least was, human." So far I've only read 2 chapters, but it's already very dramatic and cliffhangery, and I can't wait to find out more about this. The big metal sculpture thingy at least was interesting. I'm interested to see a sci-fi concept with a mainly contemporary world. Now I have to go and drive to my dad's, so talk to you later. Hello and happy Tuesday. No, that's not it. Hello and happy Thursday. Yesterday I didn't update, but I started Get a Life Chloe Brown on audiobook while driving to my dad's, and when I drove home, I'm 40 minutes in. I'm not that far. I think I just listened to the prologue and chapter 1, but it's so good. so far the accent is so heavily British. I didn't know it was a British novel, and I'm very intrigued. But I didn't read more of An Absolutely Remarkable Thing because when I got home I captioned my video that I was editing yesterday or the day before, and then I just played around on Spotify. I made a Stranger Things Spotify playlist, which is just old music, but I called it Stranger Things Vibes because my bullet journal for this month is Stranger Things themed, and I've been listening to old music constantly at the moment, so I thought it was fitting to just name my playlist Stranger Things Vibes. But yeah, that is what I did yesterday when I got home, and then I passed out at like 1 a.m. But now it's like 10 a.m. I'm gonna make some breakfast and I'm gonna make some pancakes. I don't know why. And the puppies are awake too. You wanna see? Come on in. Come on low. Come on in. Oh. When I woke up, this one was out of the box. He jumped over, so I had to put him back in. Little rebel. Yes, it's a cute little rebel. Oh, he agrees. Oh. Anyways, I'm gonna go and make some pancakes now. Breakfast, lunch, brunch. I just finished my brunch, and while I made the pancakes I listened to Get a Life Chloe Brown. So I managed to get to chapter 7, which is 26% in. It is just such a fun listen. I'm enjoying it very much. I love the banter between the love interests, and yeah, it's just very good so far. I don't actually have any classes today. It's a self-study day, so I'm going to be studying for organizational behavior. Then I have some chores I have to do. I have to cook dinner tonight, and then I have to clean my part of the house. That is it on my to-do list. I am gonna study a bit for organizational behavior, so reading is set on pause. So this is my weekly spread for this week, and it's the Palace Arcade themed from Stranger Things, and then Pac-Man, and then the high scores from season 2 when they first met Max, where they thought Mad Max was a guy, but it wasn't. So I said I was gonna study organizational behavior, but I lied. My professor in marketing management, she just sent an email out that we had to read chapter 1 and 2 of our marketing management book. So I'm doing that because I have a morning class tomorrow with her. Gonna start dinner in an hour and hopefully I will be done. It's been a gallant. I'm not done with the chapters, so I'm gonna be making the guy read for me while I chop up the vegetables. I am making chicken, like Mexican chicken tomato soup. It's Mexican spiced inspired. I'm gonna be chopping up the vegetables and then the chicken while I listen to marketing management. Yay! Chopped up tomatoes, garlic, and peppers. This bitch made me cry. And now, the chicken. The soup is all done. Just waiting for my parents to come home so we can start dinner. And we eat it with shredded mozzarella or just cheese in general and sour cream and nachos. We put it on top of it and yeah, that is the Mexican tomato chicken soup. Finally done.
Og det kunne også være noget med at kigge på, nu er der sådan et område her i midten, som er et af de farligste steder at bestige bjerget. Der kan det være, at man undervejs er nødt til lige at stoppe op og sige, skal vi bestige det her bjerg på en lidt anden måde.
So I just finished my Zoom class and now because yesterday I ran out of time so I wasn't able to clean my part of the house. So I still have that to do today and finish reading the chapter of organizational behavior, but I can push that. That's it on my to-do list for the day, and I think I'm gonna do the cleaning bit now. So I'm gonna listen to Get a Life Chloe Brown. Start chapter 7. Yesterday when I finished the chapters for my class today, I just passed out in bed. Welcome to uni life. I didn't get any more reading done after that. So I'm still only like 20 pages into an absolutely remarkable thing, but I did get some reading done by Get a Life Chloe Brown. It took a while for me to get into the accent because it's British and I'm not a native English speaker, so sometimes, only sometimes, because I'm very good with accents, but I had to get used to this accent in the beginning, but now I love the accent. I would not have the audiobook any other way. You have to get into it, and then when you do, it's amazing. don't be noisy. When I finished cleaning, I just ended up straightening my hair, putting on some nail polish. I hadn't done my nails for a while, so they needed a fresh up. And I made my week 37. Yes. And it's Scoop's Troop theme, as I showed you earlier. While I was cleaning and painting my nails, straightening my hair, and doing my weekly spread, I listened to Get a Life Chloe Brown, and I'm over halfway through. I am exactly 65% in, so I have around 3 hours left, 3.5 hours left, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, there's some sexy scenes. It's an adult romance, so of course there's some sex scenes, but oh, they steamy. I'm not quite used to those. I read mainly YA, so of course I'm not quite used to those. Because I have black pods, I don't have original AirPods, I have black pods, so the battery of those just don't last as long. Just in the middle of the sex scene, they turn off because there's not more battery on them. So I'm like, I have to continue reading. I don't own the physical book, and I don't have other means of headsets right now because I lost the ones with the cord. So I had to listen to it out loud. I am thankful. I closed the door, but I am thankful that my mom was sleeping because she was working last night. She works night shifts. Luckily, she's sleeping. My dad is at work, school, whatever. Sounds like I don't care. So I kept it on low volume and then listened to it, but still it was so it was kind of awkward. I am enjoying this book. This book is honestly, it's not lighthearted, but it reads lighthearted. Let's say that. It's very easily read, or for my case, it's very easily read aloud. It's not hard to comprehend or anything, but the topics it covers and some of the things involved in this is kind of hard to read, or it's at least it's more heavier than normal YA romance I've dealt with, because the main character, Chloe Brown, she deals with chronic pain. I don't remember her disorder exactly. She's diagnosed with some things, and she actually lived with her illness for a while without being diagnosed, and I like that little aspect of her character. I just like the balance between lightheartedness and hard topics with her chronic pain and everything, and just how Red deals with all the information he gets dealt, how he handles stuff. He's such an amazing character, and Chloe Brown, such a snarky and funny character as well. So I am really enjoying it, and I would say I'm loving it. It's very fun to listen to, and probably one of the best audiobooks I've listened to for a while, so I'm happy. But now my mom is buying me a muffin, so I am gonna put all my stationery stuff away and then eat a muffin while reading An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. For the rest of the day, my plan is to read, and only read. Hello and happy Saturday. Yesterday we ended up going to our colony garden. I have no idea what it's called in English, but it's like a space of earth, like a garden-ish thingy that you can own, and there's like, it's a community of small gardens that other people own as well, as you saw in maybe the clip. My parents are renovating their space, like their little building on the piece of earth. I went there just for the coziness of it. I think it's like, it has a charm of its own. I read 30 pages of an absolutely remarkable thing. I am starting chapter 5, so page 55. It was less reading than I had planned, but I don't mind. It was fun, and I did a lot of reading in Get a Life Chloe Brown yesterday, so it's okay, I'm fine with that. It's a little bit later today. I had a friend come over and she just left. I don't have that much on my to-do list. I just want to get started on editing this vlog. And my dad, or stepdad, he just went to the garden again, and I'm just waiting for my mom to wake up since he was working yesterday night as well, and then we will join him in the garden and then we'll try to do some reading. It's a cozy space to be in, even though there's a lot of noises around me since he is constructing, reconstructing and everything. So there's a lot of noise, but I'm the type of reader that reads best when there's like a lot of noise in the background. So that's when I focus better, which doesn't make sense, but that's where I will be planning on reading some more of this one. We took one of our dogs with us yesterday, and we're gonna do that as well today. So maybe I will also go for a walk and be able to listen to Get a Life Chloe Brown some more. I'm almost done with it. My goal for this week is to finish that one at least, and then maybe get halfway through this one. That is a very optimistic goal since I'm a slow physical reader. That is the goals. Get halfway through this and finish Get a Life Chloe Brown. Then I will be satisfied with this week. Now, before my mom wakes up, I'm gonna import the footage that I already have and then get started on the editing of this vlog. And then when my mom wakes up, we're gonna go back to the colony garden. Please, if you know what I'm talking about, it's in Danish it's called kolonihave. But if you know what I'm talking about and you know what it's called in English, please leave a comment down below because I have no idea. Hello and happy Sunday, or officially happy Sunday. I've been quite busy today since we've been having guests coming in and out all day. We had a family come and visit at 10 a.m. to look at the puppy that they're buying, and then at 12 we had brunch with my brother and his family. I was making pancakes, of course. Busy. And then at 4 p.m. another couple came to look at the puppy they're going to buy. So it was like this tight schedule and everything. So I haven't been able to update you quite yet. However, yesterday I finished Get a Life Chloe Brown. I literally spent all day yesterday going through all the pictures I took in South Korea and edited them. I categorized them and drafted them so they're all ready to be posted now. When I was in South Korea, I don't know why I didn't post on Instagram, but I didn't. So I have a lot of photos I had to go through yesterday, and it almost took me 10 hours. It was crazy. I went to the garden with my parents, of course, but I just lay on the couch and did that there. I had taken my computer with me and my book with me. However, I just spent the whole time editing Instagram pictures, which was kind of good because while I was editing Instagram pictures, I listened to Get a Life Chloe Brown. I finished it yesterday. As you may have seen in my last montage, I wrote it in my Dungeons and Dragons spread, which I use for logging my reading, since Dungeons and Dragons are about your imagination and your mind and coming up with stories and themes and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was fitting to use that as my reading log. I managed to do that between my brother and the couple coming. I had like an hour or so to do that. I'm happy with my first finished read. So let's talk about Get a Life Chloe Brown. This book, I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I think this is probably my favorite audiobook I've listened to for a while. The things that I really loved about this book is the characters and the atmosphere. Like, the characters are so well written, they are so realistic with all their faults and motivations and history. They just feel so genuinely. How do you pronounce that word? They feel so real and relatable, even though they're up in their 30s. I am only 22, turning 23, but still, I really liked and related to some of the aspects of this book. And I actually really enjoyed that they're 30-something because I mainly read YA. I am beginning to be older than the characters that I'm reading about, and for me, I don't mind it, or at least I still don't mind it. However, once in a while, it's nice to read about characters that are a bit older than what is typically YA, and this is, don't mistake, this is not a YA book. This is adult fiction. There is some very sexual things in this book that I don't deem suitable for teenagers, at least not preteens, so look out for that. Like I said, the characters are so realistic. I really love them, like especially Red. He was such a great character. He had all his faults. I love him because he has this bad boy aroma about him. However, he's not a bad boy at all. He's a soft one and he needs proper care and protection, and people just have to treat him right. Like, honestly, his ex-girlfriend, but Red was such a good character. And then other part that I really loved was atmosphere. This audiobook is so good because it is set in Britain, and the accent, like the narrator's accent, really suits the atmosphere so well. It made the set of the atmosphere into something that I wouldn't be able to produce on my own if I had physically read it. Since I'm not from England, I don't really distinctly know the British accent and the varieties of those accents. It was kind of nice to have a narrator tell me like the difference between Chloe's accent and Red's accent, because there was a bit of a difference when she pronounces things when they're talking. So that I really enjoyed as well. It amplified the setting so much more, and I am thankful that I chose to listen to it on audiobook. I am definitely going to be picking up the sequel sometime soon. However, the reason it only only got 4 stars. I didn't feel like I would be able to give it 5 stars, since there was just something that it's hard to explain a really good 4-star why it's not a 5-star. I just think that it's not a 5-star for me. If I had to like point something out, the sex scenes, I am usually someone who does not mind the sex scenes, and listening to it, yeah, it bugged me out, but I can put my feelings aside for that, because that's nothing about the book. It's just me being a bit uncomfortable being told a sex scene. But I felt like in the end, the sex scenes and the sexual tension just took over 100%. I don't mind when it takes over, just leave a bit percentage of the plot or like the character's main goals and stuff, and I felt like it just was sexual tension in the end, and then it ended very quickly. There was such a long build up, and then it came to the climax, and I felt like after the climax the book was just 20 pages. That is an exaggeration, of course. However, let's get the point across. That's why we use exaggerations. Overall, it was a very good read, and I can highly recommend it if you're looking for some contemporary romance. And it's a very good one because she is dealing with chronic pain, as I mentioned earlier in this vlog. So it's a very realistic contemporary romance, which is why I really liked it. Because usually I don't like romance only for the romance. I want some plot to be in it. That's why I am very apprehensive sometimes when I'm picking up a book that I know will be 100% romance. But I feel like this one did it in a way that even though the romance was the main plot, you also got a lot from the main characters. So you saw like the personal development the main characters are going through, and therefore it just, I don't know, equals out everything. I don't know what I'm saying at this point, so I am going to stop before I blabber bullshit. But with that, it means that I finished my first book of the readathon, and I read this one for the prompt of USS Butterscotch, which is read a sweet contemporary. I did pick my book very well because it was a sweet contemporary romance. And as for my progress with An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green, yesterday, because I was only editing pictures for my Instagram, literally I didn't do anything else, I wasn't able to pick this one up again, so I'm still only 50 pages in. There's nothing more to say than from when I last updated you guys, and I probably won't be able to pick this one up again before tomorrow, so that's why I think I am going to end the vlog here and then pick up tomorrow. I am happy with my progress so far in the readathon. I am not someone who reads fast. That is it for this video. If you've watched this far in my vlog and is still listening to me babbling, put an emoji down below in the comment section of just an emoji that resembles Stranger Things for you. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon, or see you later. That is it for today. And I'm wearing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles shirt. Don't add me.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I love them. So, bye!